to Live with Joy. I'm going to give it a few moments for everybody to come on in and get ready to get moving. We are going to need, I'm going to tell you what we're going to need, and I'll also mention it in a few moments as we start to get more people coming onto the post. You are going to need some weights today, and we are working, as you can see, smaller muscles today. So we're doing a smaller muscles power up, which is the exact opposite of what we did yesterday. Still doing a power up, but we're doing it with the smaller muscles versus the larger muscles that we did yesterday. So you are going to need some different weights. You're going to probably go with some smaller weights, anything from maybe 10 or 8 or less. A lot of it you might be using less for. It's going to depend on the exercises that we're doing. The muscles that we'll be focusing on today that are smaller are going to be the shoulders, the triceps. So that is where we really want to kind of get that focus going into those smaller muscles, back of those arms, and we are also going to go with the hips, front, back, and side. So we want to work all the smaller muscles through the hips, and we want to work the smaller muscles through the shoulders and the back of the arms and the triceps, okay? So you're going to want to have some lighter weights. If you have options of different sizes, of course, have those ready and handy so you can decide what you want to have per exercise in the circuits that we're doing. So same as yesterday, we are going to have a lower body move, standing, an upper body move, and then a power up lower body move. That's going to be only 15 seconds where we're really going to try to get that intensity up in that exercise. And then we're going to alternate our standing circuits with our grounded circuits, and on the grounded circuits, we will go with an upper body move, a lower body strength move, and then a power up upper body move in our body weight position. That's going to really kind of tax the muscles that we're focusing on, and that's only going to be for 15 seconds because it is a harder movement, okay? So that is the plan for today. First thing we got to do is warm it up. So I'm going to get that music started, and we're going to get ready to warm it up. So we want to just get a nice little flow of movement here, shoulders down and retract back, engage that center, and marching it out, getting that clock set as well, right and left. More right here. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's heel across. I want the arms and legs moving. Think about that movement. Really move through those muscles and joints right here in your warm up. For 4, 3, 2, step, touch, and press. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach across and tap. Reach it. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach it overhead. Up. Up. Really extend and reach. Move through those shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach it back across. Reach. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hamstring curls. Pull it back. Good. Use those arms. Big arms. Big arms. 8 more times. Let's go. 8, 4, 3, 2, knees to the front and pull. 8 more times right here. 8, 4, 3, 2, back to the hamstrings. 8, 4, 3, 2, reach across and tap for 8, 4, 3, 2, reach it overhead, up. 4, 3, 2, back across and reach. 4, 3, 2, step, touch, and press. 4, 3, 2, heel across, press forward. 4, 3, 2, march it out, right and left. Keep marching, roll those shoulders back, roll it. 2 more times. Last one. take those legs out wide and hold. Hands on those thighs. And hinge forward with your flat back. Let's hold and roll it up halfway. Stretch that spine. Take that flat back down. Roll it all the way up. Allow that head to come up last and roll your shoulders back. All right, watch me for your first set of movements. So we're starting with a lower body move. That's gonna work the front, rear hips, okay? Weights are gonna hang down. We're gonna bring a knee up, extend it back, knee up, and take it down. Switch sides. Right here, knee, and switch. Now if it's too much to extend back on one leg, you can tap the floor. So it would be a knee, tap, knee, and then switch there, okay? Then we're gonna go for alternating frontal raises right here. Hands in the neutral position. And then we're gonna take those weights down and drive those knees up, really working through those hip flexors right here. Nice and easy here, but remember, only 15 seconds, so go strong on those high knees, okay? All right, let's get set to go with that knee extension knee. So we've got that knee, hip extension back, knee, lower down, and switch. Go, we've got 30 seconds on the clock, starting now. Alternate that leg that is going from that knee extension knee, and then switch it. So you want that knee up, extend it back, knee up, and take it down. Knee, extend, knee, and back down as you switch, and alternate. So you gotta have a little bit of balance and stability here as well. Instead of extending back, place that foot on the floor if you need to on that extension back. So working through those front and rear hips, get that last one in. Ground your feet. I'm gonna come to face you, and we're gonna alternate one frontal raise at a time. Right here. Engage that center and breathe as you alternate that nice strong frontal raise up in that neutral position. No higher than shoulder height, just shoulder height and back down to your side. And we've got 3 sets of everything today. 30 seconds for that strength, 15 seconds for that power up move, which is coming right now, so make sure your weights are out of your way. Back up and get ready to drive those knees up here or stronger in 2 and 1. Remember, we got 15 seconds on that clock for that power up move. This is gonna get that intensity up, and you're working speed through those hip flexors right here. Okay, so remember, smaller muscles through the hip flexors that we're working here with that power up move. And stop, grab your weights, and we're gonna go again for that knee extension knee, alternating that leg. So once again, bringing that knee up, extending that leg back, knee up, and then switching. And again, if you can't balance, take that foot on the floor, knee up, and back down. If you can, fully extend. Get that hinge forward on that extension as well. Knee, slight extension as you, slight hinge rather, as you extend that leg back as well. Good, finish up your last one. Stabilize yourself in position and alternate that frontal raise right here. So once again, we got front and rear hips to the focus, and shoulders are our focus in the first 2 exercises, front part of those shoulders. Ten more seconds. Remember, we got 2 circuits that we are going to be working these muscle groups for. Standing and then grounded. Good, weights are going down. Remember, a power up move. So the power up move is only 15 seconds. Knees here. We're driving them up nice and fast with a little bit of impact for 15 seconds. Go, go, go on that clock. Last 2, and stop. You got 1 more set right here. With those weights, our knee into our extension, strength movement. Focus on that knee up. Focus on that extension back. Right into that knee, and back down. And you gotta work a little balance here while you work through that knee extension knee. Good, finish up your last one on each side. Make sure you finish it out, even it out. Get those shoulders down and back, set your solid position, and alternate that frontal raise one more time. So this first shoulder move is really going to get those shoulders ready for some harder work that we're going to be doing on the floor in our second circuit. So it might not seem so bad to be alternating these frontal raises, but this is just the beginning of that shoulder work. We're going to make it even stronger on that floor. Get those weights down, back up away from them, and again, driving the knees up here, or more high impact, really kind of running and driving those knees up nice and high right here. Using those hip flexors to bring those knees up and in front of that body. Last 2 and 1. Awesome. All right. From here, I'm going to grab my mat. I'm going to grab my dumbbells. I'm going to go with 8 pounds here, but you guys have to decide what you can do based on what you can put over your head, okay? We're going to do this from a kneeling position right here. Engage that center, front of those shoulders right here, pressing up, and then we're going to take the weights down. All fours, we're going to work on extending those legs back, and then from this position, walking those hands in and walking them out the length of that mat. Now you can do that by coming in and out from the knees. You can stay on the knees, walking in and out from there. Find what works for you, okay? I'm gonna reset that clock. You're on your knees, and from there, you're going with that overhead press. And just like we did yesterday with the kneeling curls, you're gonna need to engage more of that core being on your knees, okay? Get set, and go. You have 3 sets in. So like I said, this is gonna be harder for the shoulders on the floor now. Okay, so that focus right here. Engage and lift. Make sure the hips aren't coming forward. You wanna lock those hips underneath the shoulders and pressing. If you need to, 1 at a time is fine. If you can, double pressing with both shoulders, really engaging the muscles at the front part of those shoulders as you press up and over that head. If you can't come all the way up, you go where you can, okay? Weights down. We're on all fours. We're gonna flex those feet, and I want a full extension, alternating right here as you stay in that tabletop position on all fours. Extend fully out through that leg. Even hold there a moment. Get that contraction through that glute, using that hip to extend out the muscles that connect to that hip muscle, which is part of those glute muscles here, but the smaller ones that are gonna help you work and extend that leg here. Good, now walking those hands into your knees, up on your toes if you can, and getting ready for 15 seconds only to walk it out the length of that mat and back in from your knees, from your toes, or a combination of knees to toes, 15 seconds only. And this is where you're gonna really start to feel those shoulders kick in. And if you wanna simply hold a plank, you can do that as well. Come on up here, back to our knees. Grabbing those weights, setting your position. Get the weights up in the place where they go in front of those shoulders, and start those presses. Here we go, second set. Make sure those hips don't start to try to creep forward. Engage that center and breathe. You should be starting to feel those shoulders now. And we're only in set number 2. You're gonna have another set of all 3 of these exercises one more time, so hang in there. Good, get your last one in. Take those weights to the side, bring it onto all fours, flexing those feet, extend and lengthen that leg, and alternate to the other side. Really think about the movement through that hip, right here. Those muscles that connect to the back of that lower back, that hip, is what we're working on here. From the ground, we can get a really good movement through that extension. Working against gravity to lift that leg out and extend. Good, one more. I'm gonna get on each side, make sure that I even it out, and then walk those hands to your knees starting here, or coming onto your toes, so you've got more of a length of that mat, And more focus in that upper body, more strength in that upper body if you stay on your toes. If you want to have straight legs as you're walking in and out, because of those knees, you absolutely could do that as well, okay? One more set, guys, here we go. This is where it's gonna really count. Get into that kneeling position. Get those weights up in front of those shoulders. Lap those hips in position. Engage that center. And right here, pressing up and over that head or wherever you can go with those weights until you start to get stronger and more flexible. Last one. Come onto all fours, flex those feet, and work on those extensions out right here. One at a time. With that full extension, squeeze that glute muscle behind you as you extend and lengthen out that leg. And think about movement that's coming from those hips. So yes, we did glute muscles yesterday, but you're going to get glute muscles in today too. The smaller part of those glute muscles that work the hip movement. Good, I'm gonna get one more in on each side. And start to walk those hands into your knees. You're either starting here or popping up to those toes and getting set to walk the length of that mat. Again, only 15 seconds. So we're gonna go as fast and as strong as you can from your knees, from your toes, or a combination from knees or toes. And done, all right. Let's set up for our next circuit. Again, we're back to our feet now, so I'm gonna pull that mat out of the way, reset that clock, and show you your next movements, which are gonna focus on the side of the hips, and it's gonna focus on the rear part of the shoulders, okay? So we're focusing on the side, we're focusing on the rear shoulders. Now I'm gonna go light for this. I'm going with 3 pounds only for that reverse fly movement. So we're gonna start with our feet together. Now options. You can do standing hip abduction or side lunge, as long as you feel strong in that side lunge, okay? Then we're gonna bring the feet together, straight arms coming out to the side, which is why I'm gonna go super light here, so I can really activate my shoulders and keep my arms out nice and lean. Weights are gonna come down, and then lateral movement side to side with those skaters. And you can even try to reach into the floor so we get that little extension back as well, okay? Completely up to you. You can also do your hamstring curls, step it side to side. You wanna have that lateral movement. So think about going side to side with it, okay? All right, so let's start off, once again, either hip abduction alternating or that side lunge. Get set and go. And make sure you're alternating sides right here. Alternate those sides. And again, if that side lunge is too much, that's okay. Right here, you're still gonna work the side of those hips. If you feel strong in that side lunge, you'll get a little bit more than those hips here because it's a little more of a combo move. But you'll definitely work that lateral movement through those hips. Make sure you get both sides in, and then bring those feet together, lower down, and as straight out arms as you can. You may even have to get rid of the weights if you're struggling with them to keep those arms straight. I want you to really think of it coming from the rear part of those shoulders here. Hinge forward for this movement so you're working against gravity. Make sure you're not looking up at me. You can just check yourself. Make sure that your form is the way my form is, but then you're looking back down to that floor somewhere in front of you, keeping that chin off that chest. You're in good posture. Come on up. Weights are coming down, and we're working on that lateral movement. Even if you're just stepping it side to side, or you're hopping it, or you want to hop, take a little reach, make it a little bit stronger. You decide where you want to go. Now we've got that lateral movement, still working through the hips from the side. 15 seconds only, right? So we power up through it, grab those weights, and we are back to our hip abduction One side at a time here, or side lunge if you feel comfortable with that. Keep that chest open as you sit into that side lunge. Make sure you finish both sides. Get your last one in on each side. Come on up, bringing those feet together. Hinge forward. Keeping those arms straight. Remember, it's all about the rear part of those shoulder blades that we want to think of driving this movement here. So if the weights are holding you back from lifting those arms up, you can do this without any weight. It's already going to be hard because you're working against gravity. Get that last one in. Come on up, and you want those weights to come down and to the side. We've got those 10 seconds before we start. Lateral movement, either stepping it side to side or really getting that push off. And if you want to push off and take a little reach, remember you only have 15 seconds. So think about working a little faster and a little stronger. And grab your weights. Last and final time right here. Weights are coming up. And again, hip abduction, side to side, or side lunge, stepping and bending. You decide where you want to be. Good morning, guys. Happy to have you with me today. Keep that side lateral movement. Remember, working side hips, that's our focus. And we're going to continue that focus when we come to the floor with those side hips and those rear shoulder blades. So we're not going to be done with those muscle groups yet. We're going to change our angles on it. Finish up on both sides. So we're just going to go one more to the other side. Bring those feet together. Hinge forward. Straight arms. Really isolating those rear shoulder blades to lift my straight arms up towards that ceiling. And you'll notice that you'll have to go lighter with these weights today than you did yesterday. Remember, we are working smaller muscles. They fatigue a lot quicker, and they cannot handle as much of those larger weights. Take those weights down and out of the way. We're going back to that lateral movement. Okay, so now you kind of know what your larger muscles are versus what the smaller muscles of that body are. The weaker ones, the stronger ones, the ones you can rely on for a little bit more strength, and the ones that you have to work at getting a little more strength in. Good, let's get some water, and then I'm going to show you your grounded work that's going to also focus on those hips and those rear shoulders. All right, so we're going to grab one weight. I'm going to go a little heavier on this one with an 8, but again, you need to make sure you can control this. 8 might be too much. We're going to go into side lunges, pulling that weight up. And if the weight is too much, do it without. So I've got to use my rear shoulders to come up and in that position, okay? Then we're going to take that weight, and you can use it or you can keep it to the side. Feet together, knees together. We're going to come up into our nice bridge position with the feet and knees together. And we're going to stay in this bridge as we open and close, using those hips, okay, those smaller glute muscles to open and close those legs. And then our final move, we're going to lower down into our angel arms. So we're going to come up and circle around. So we're going to really want to use our entire shoulders from the rear side to make that happen, to lift them up and to also move them, okay? All right, there it is. That is going to be your work ready to go. So we're going to go into those side lunges first. And remember, your angel arms are only 15 seconds. So we're trying to circle them as fast and as strong as long as you can, okay? Get set and go with those alternating lunges in 2 and 1. You're on the clock. Come on, bring it up and open. And other side. And now you can be on those toes or you can be on the knees. I'm going to stay on the knees to really focus on upper body movement rather than holding that full plank. Finish up both sides, and then again, you can take that weight with you, or just put it to the side. You want to have the feet and knees together, lift and hold, and now we're going to open the knees and close. The feet just stay grounded and in position. I got to use my glute muscles to help hold me up. So there are my bigger glute muscles helping to hold. My hips are helping to hold up. My core is helping to hold up. And I'm working through those hips to separate those knees and come back in. Awesome. You're going to put that weight down. You're not going to need it for the next one. You've got 10 seconds to get there. Lower down. Make sure the weight is out of the way. Arms extended in Superman. And we're circling the arms. Remember, only 15 seconds here. You've got to really use those strong rear shoulder blades to keep those arms up and to help circle around. And you've got way more muscles than those rear helping that happen right there. All right, back to those side planks alternating. So on the knees, or if you want to come on the toes and have a strong plank, on the toes you can be here. Totally fine, as long as you can stay strong through this move, right? Okay, I'm going to drop to 180, really focus on the arm movement. So I'm really focusing on that shoulder doing the work here. And then once again, on your back, with or without that weight, on your hips, feet together, knees together, lift and hold, separate the knees, bring them back in. Those hips lifted off of that floor best you can as you open and close. And we're going to take that weight down and out of the way for those angel arms. So you want to start in that Superman position all the way down, get into that Superman, and start to circle those arms and straight down to that floor. Again, this is only 15 seconds, so you're not here for long. You want to get as much movement as you can, as fast as you can. And stop. Press yourself up, grab your weight, and get ready to go back into those alternating side planks on the knee, or pop it up onto that toe for the full side plank right here, or right here. Super strong as you pull up and you use the back of that arm to really get that weight up there. Keep it close to the body as you pull up and down. Good. Take that weight with you or put it to the side right away. Feet and knees are together. Hips start up, open, and close. Keep those hips lifted, keeping everything tight, using that core, using those glutes, and adding that hip movement in as you separate the knees and you bring it back together. Finish it up, lower down, make sure that weight is out of the way of those angel arms that you're going to be moving. Lower down to your belly, get ready to start in your Superman right here, and go, circle those arms. And last one. Awesome job, guys. Let's take that mat out of the way. We're going to head into our last two final circuits that are now going to get to our last two final muscle groups that we're going to focus on. And those are going to be our tricep muscles, back of the arm, and we're going to go for those inner thighs, okay? So those opposing to the hips that we just worked. Also helps that lateral movement coming in towards the body instead of away. All right, so watch me. I'm going to go with my 5-pound weights. Of course, you go with what you feel is okay. We are going to go with our lead A squat. That's so we can get that nice stretch and push up. forward. Let me show you from the side. Our double kickbacks for those tricep extensions, okay? So that's where you're gonna wanna have the weight that works for you, okay? Then we're gonna take it down, and we're gonna go with our power up move, which is gonna be our X jumps. And I want you to think of what's pulling you back in and bringing those knees together are those inner thighs. When we come out, yep, it's gonna be outer thighs. And I want you to think of what's pulling you in here, or if you're double hopping it in, squeeze, bring everything together tight. That is where we're engaging those inner thighs, okay? Those are your 3 moves. Get set for that plie squat. Get those weights up in front of those shoulders. Toes turned out, nice and wide. Get set, and go. Feel that stretch as you come down. Keep that upper body tall. 30 seconds on that clock, guys. Right there. I want you to feel that stretch as you bend down and into that plie squat. Knees coming out towards the side. Really get that stretch in those inner thighs right here. You want to have a nice wide stance. And see the direction my toes are going this way. My knees go the same direction of where my toes are. And I'm turning my toes up where I feel comfortable as far as I can go. I don't have to go complete. I can have a little turn in, but I'm still trying to keep it nice and wide. Right here, hinge forward, and get that double kick back. Watch where those arms end up. I don't want them here and elbows away. Elbows stay in position the entire time. And look at how I'm shortening up my move. I bring those weights somewhere by my hips. I don't pull them in towards my underarm. That takes away from the back of the arms where I'm trying to work. As soon as I pull those weights in too far towards my body, I take the focus away from the muscle group that I'm actually working. Come on up, weights are coming to the side, and we're going for that power up X jump. So bring your feet, knees together. We start low. I want you to squeeze the knees together, engage those inner thighs, and then step it up into that X, or hop it up into that X. Remember, you've got just 15 seconds, so work as quick as you can. Really think about pulling the legs in and together, whether you're stepping it or you're hopping it. It's that internal movement coming in that I want you to think about. Grab the weights. Get your legs out wide. Get your toes turned out where you can still balance yourself, but your knees are gonna go out to the side. You're gonna have that nice wide stance. Your body remains upright, not hinging forward for this. And you're really thinking about that stretch as you come down. And then that push as you come up. Push your body away from that floor with the heels of your feet. Good. Finish up your last one. I'm going to toe heel in until I'm about hip to shoulder width apart. Hinge forward, bend knees. Nice, strong, solid position for that double kick back. Keeping those elbows up and locked in position. Keeping that chin off of that chest. Try not to bring those weights in too far. Try to almost have a 90-degree bend as I come back and extend from that position. Good, nice and easy, bring it up, get those weights down. All right, here we go. Back to our power up move, our X jumps. Think about the movement coming in. So we're gonna start in, everything together, and extend it up, pull it in, extend it up, pull it in. So think about that movement coming in. Press the knees together as you bend down. So I'm squeezing my knees together, engaging those inner thighs throughout that power movement. One more time, let's do it, grab those weights. Get those legs out wide. Get those weights up. Turn those toes out. Bend through it. Press it out. Push yourself away from that floor. Really feel those inner thighs kick in to push. Good, toe heel in until you're on a nice solid position. Hinge forward, getting those elbows locked in position. You're about 90 degrees bent as you bend, and then try to fully extend those arms out. Nice full extension on that kickback. 5 more seconds. Get that last one in. Make your way up, and let's finish up with that power move. Those X jumps, starting with everything together. Squeeze the knees together, get low. Inner thigh activation, and go for those X jumps. Remember, it's only 15 seconds, so do what you can. Think about that movement as we pull our legs aiming together. That's your inner thighs that are activating to do that, whether you're stepping it or hopping it. And relax, last and final circuit. Watch me, we are still focusing on the back of the arms for the triceps. We're still focusing on the inner thighs, okay? Here we go, we're gonna use 5-pound weights again. But you are gonna decide what can you control in this movement. We're doing lying down tricep extensions. So watch me. Arms come up over the shoulders. Elbows stay right where they are. We bend those weights to the side of the head, and we come back up. That is gonna force the back of the arms to work, but you gotta lock those elbows in place. I don't wanna see the elbows moving out of position. They stay locked like an anchor as you bend and extend, and you use the back of the arms for that movement. Now watch me, you need no weights for this one. We're gonna extend those legs up, arms out to the side to keep you stable, and we're gonna use those inner thighs to pull you back in. Yes, outer thighs to come out, but I want you to focus on what is pulling you in. Those are gonna be those inner thighs right there, and then our final move is to come up and press through those dips right here, okay? If you need, bottom can be on that floor, right here, okay? If for some reason that's too much, you can go right here, place those hands together, and get a nice fast bend and extend right here. You want to grab one lightweight, you can do that as well. All right, so where are we first? Right here, lock the elbows in position, bend and extend your body completely on that ground. Getting set in 3, in 2, and 1. 3 sets, you are on the clock starting right now. Lock your elbows in position. I don't want those elbows moving. They are locked in position as you extend and bend. Right here. Remember, first 2 exercises are really outer strength movements. We don't have to go super fast with those. We want to challenge ourselves with the weights that we're using, resistance that we're using, proper form and position. Get those weights down, arms out to the side, legs up, open, and squeeze it back in. Again, I want you to think of what's pulling you back in. Those are going to be those inner thighs. So you come as far open as you feel comfortable with, get that nice stretch, and then allow those inner thighs to pull you back up and in. Smaller move, if you're not used to even having the legs up, this might be hard enough already. You might just have to hold right here. Okay, so see how you feel. Or maybe you can get a small out and in movement. Completely up to you, okay? All right, so remember, here if you need to. Otherwise, here with that bottom down. Or we're gonna pop those hips up so we really get some weight into those arms. And we're gonna press it out right here for that power up move. Now, you don't have to go as fast as I am, especially if you're not as trained in these tricep presses, these tricep dips. Okay, so you decide where you can be for that. But remember, it's only 15 seconds. Let's go. Grab those weights. You're going to come back down to that floor. Set your position. Extend it up. Lock those elbows right where they are. Bend and extend. You should be feeling those triceps at this point. Muscles at work here today, and I can feel the back of my arms. They are hot right now. I can feel fire in the back of those arms. Those tricep muscles are burning to finish this out, and we still have one more set. By then, they're really going to be on fire. Let's get those legs up, arms out to the side, open, and use those inner thighs to pull back up. Good. You go where you can control it. Try and get that nice wide stretch out and then pull up from that position. But if you can't go as wide, that's okay. Just go where your flexibility is, where your control of the movement is. Good. Make your way up, and remember, you can be here or popping it up. You can can stay here and press it from here, or pop those hips up and zip it from there. Good, you want to really be bending and extending those elbows. I'm not dropping my hips. My hips are just staying covered in position, and I'm using the back of my arms to bend and extend for that power up movement. One more time, you guys ready? All right, let's put some fire in the back of those arms. Bring them up in position over those shoulders. Lock your position, lock the elbows right where they are, and let's go. Last and final set right here. I hope you guys are feeling that. I am. Let's get that last one in, and then you can take those weights down. Awesome job. Legs up, arms out to the side, palms down. Help stabilize you, and we're going right here, open and close. Think about those inner thighs, pulling those legs back in. Get that nice stretch on the way out. Finish up your last one, make your way up. You got 10 seconds to get there, so if you need more time, take it right here if you need. Or get ready for those dips with those hips down, bending and extending the elbows, or get those hips up, push against that resistance, and let's go. Power it up, press it out for your final set right here. Bend and extend those elbows. You can also just stay right here and just get tension in that reverse tabletop. Release it. You guys are all done. Let's lower down and extend everything out to start. Good, breathe. And let's take one knee in, give it a little hug right here. Good. Now from here, we're going to just take it out to the side. So open up a little bit. You can let that foot come to the floor if you want, or keep it lifted, whatever feels comfortable to you. You want to open up right here. Across the body and hold right here. Opening everything up on the opposite side. And as we come back to the center, let that ankle cross over the other leg, and we'll hug it in here. And release. Let's hug both knees in. Now we're going to let the other leg go and give it a little press in here, off to the side of that body. Let's press it out. So you can put that foot on the floor or keep it up. Whatever feels comfortable to you. If you want to really open up to that inside of that leg, give a little press down on the inside of that leg and hold. And from here, we're going to start to take it across the other side. So that foot goes to the other side of that opposing leg, and we take a little press on the outside of that leg. And as you come to the center, you're going to cross that ankle over and hug it in. And release. We're going to hug in, roll ourselves up, come to the side if you need to, up to those feet. I'm going to allow my body to come up first and roll myself up from there. Once you come up, start to roll those shoulders back, and you want to just stretch out those arms right here. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to come halfway down, and we're going to cross over again here so we can open up the back of that shoulder. And release as we reach down the back. Take a nice press back right here. And then we're going to lengthen up, come halfway down again, cross over the other more time. In and exhale. Awesome job today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Great work with those 2 days of working our larger muscles and our smaller muscles with some of those power up moves in there. So great job. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be with you tomorrow. We will be doing our 9:30 start time, and I will also be at the Mid-Island Y JCC, so you can meet me here outdoors to do the workout in person with me. But you do need to register, so make sure you go to the MIYJCC.org and you can register right there to join me in person tomorrow or virtually. Our start time is 9:30, and it will be cardio tomorrow. We're gonna do a high intensity, low intensity, or high impact, low impact. However you want to do it, I will show you all those different ways, but we're gonna get our full cardio in tomorrow. You got a little cardio in the last 2 days, but we're gonna go all about cardio tomorrow. No equipment, just your own body, and we will get that heart rate up, and we will get those calories burning tomorrow with our cardio workout, okay? Awesome job today, guys. Thank you again for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, 9:30 is our start time. Bye-bye, everybody.